watch this.
Very wintry out there. We've seen some snow and we're going to get more over the next 24 hours. We do have an amber warning in force.
Join us today on the banks of the River Neen, and as you can see, there's been a real heavy downfall of snow overnight. Places are white out. Very, very beautiful. Probably makes fishing conditions quite hard because it is very chilly. But we're here to test the latest tackle. We've got some Waggler kit. We're going to try and catch a chub. So fingers crossed something will open its mouth. So the rod I've come out with today, that I've teamed the gear up with, it's a 12-foot Waggler rod. Now I quite like 12-foot Waggler rods. I mean, a lot of people use 2 pieces now, but this is a 3-piece. And it's a reactor. It's a new style of rod that Avanti Dragon Carp Direct have come out with in the last few months. It's very, very high quality carbon, so you get true cast every time. There's no, when you launch the Waggler, there's no, sorry, there's a bite. Oh, just missed it. There's no twist in the carbon when you're casting the Waggler out. You can punch it out. And it's suitable for all species really. I mean, it's light enough in the tip to cope with silverfish, smallish hooks, chub on rivers, even barbel on the stick float probably. It's not a splice tip, it's a hollow tip. But also very at home float fishing on lakes in the summer and the spring for carp. So a great all-rounder. Now the action is a progressive action, so it's got the rod load, so as you hit into the fish, if it's a small fish it'll absorb what it needs to, but if it's a bigger fish it'll start to surge through the blank, but you can keep control all the time. It doesn't bottom out like some sort of soft float rods can do. But a great all-rounder so far. It's really precision. I've got a tree on the far side, I'm flicking the Waggler over it there. It's only 3A Waggler. A really beautiful bit of kit, and at the price £30 is remarkable. You know, it's a top-end piece of kit. This. It's not. You know, sometimes when you pay £30, you think, oh well, it's probably got some glass in it or something. It's only a cheap rod, but you know, this is a proper performance fishing rod. So if you're a club match angler, specimen hunter on a river, just a pleasure angler, it's definitely for you. And you know, everybody loves a bargain. Other great things I really like about this reactor rod, Isis Reactor. And the rings, nice Matsuku line rings, good quality. The handle is cork with a split of EVA in the top. It's a winch fitting. Get it nice and tight. And also, and this is a gem, you get a lifetime guarantee. Now you can't beat that for 30 quid. You know, if you get a breakage or some problem, there's a fish topping on the far side. You know, you get a replacement or a like-for-like replacement, or a new section, whatever they've got at the factory at the time. But it really does make it super value. Now I've teamed the rod up with a reel that I stumbled across in Dragon Carp Direct's store in Spalding. I went looking for see what new stuff had come out, and I came across this reel and I was staggered by the price of it. So it's a tenner. So a lot of people think £10 reel, probably not for me. You know, the quality is going to be low. But this is amazing. It's called a Blue Emerald Competition 3500 size. And what you get for this, you get a rubberised finish on the reel. It's a rear drag reel, very fine settings as well. So I've been playing with that as well, so I can get fish fine line today. It's only £3, 2.6 actually, and get really fine settings on it. So when if I get a fish on, a big chub, it'll take line really easy. So it's got a lovely rubberised finish, a real classy finish. And the spool is an aluminium spool. Now a lot of £10 reels you'd see, you'd get plastic spools. Not this, it's beautiful, with a touch button mechanism on the front to remove it, and as you can see from this side, a balanced double handle. It's a cracking bit of kit for £10. You also get spare spools as well, but I can recommend this thoroughly. Look at this for line lay. So I'm pinging out a little float by the trees over there. Yes, I've got a nice rod, but you still need a decent reel with decent line lay to stop the bedding. And look at that, £10. Great value. Okay, just take a break from the chucking the Wagglers out for a moment. The snow's really coming down now. It's covering my float box, but we'll dust it off and have a look inside. Well, you can see from this lot that I'm nuts about Waggler fishing. I absolutely adore it. It's what I did since I was a lad, and I'm sure many of you are the same. And I love Waggler fishing on rivers. And one of the things that's just come out recently are the image floats. Now, when I was probably 15 to 20 years ago, when I was fishing really heavily, doing some match fishing, I used to collect image floats. I used to love it. Mark Bird, and I think it was, and Mark Pollard, who inspired it at the time. Well, the back image floats are back. You can get pole floats, and I've got some Wagglers here, and I've got hold of 2 sets. Comes in packs of 4. You get 4 inserts, different weights, or 4 straights. I've got a straight on today. Beautifully finished, real quality peacock, nice and straight. That's what you need from a float. You need it to be really well delivered. You want the shotting to be accurate, so you know what you're doing. Nice bright tips, a good selection. These are real crackers. Great to see Image back, available exclusively through Dragon Carp Direct. There's the first fish of the day. Not a giant. Look at that. That's a lovely little roach. Beauty. The top lip, I caught it on the drop actually. You wouldn't think the roach would be feeding in this snow, to be honest. They're one of the first fish to shut off in the cold weather. You're looking at chub really, or dace. But that's a classic, beautiful little fish. Caught it on the far side, casting across. The line pickup was great on the Waggler. No problem at all, just struck into it straight in. A little size 18 hook. And we're up and running on a cold, snowy winter's day. Right, another bite, sail away. I think this is not a big fish, you get slightly different species. Look at that, it's either a hybrid or a tiny little skimmer. Quite a bit of hybrid in that, roach and bream. Amazing that these things are feeding in this horrendous conditions. But staying in the office though, getting smaller and different species. 3 different species and 3 different casts. This time a bleak. Probably got that one on the drop as it was falling through because they tend to be surface feeders. But it's a great example, yet again, that you don't need a fortune to spend on your kit. You can have great fun. Just pick and choose your products correctly. It's a smashing kit, and we're catching in the most awful conditions. Can't beat it. You don't have to be mad to go fishing, but it helps.